Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my podcast, Woman Who Swim with the Sharks. This is my second episode, and I'm super excited to be doing it again. I have great news. I have amazing ladies that I'm going to interview soon, all related to the shark and diving business. And I want to encourage you to subscribe. This way, you support me of keep doing this, what I'm doing, even though I'm doing this as a hobby, it's a therapy for me anyways. But if you would like to show your support, please subscribe. I will appreciate it from the bottom of my blue heart. Guys, so in this episode, I want to kind of warm you up to the idea of sharks because what's coming next is going to be a lot of information about sharks, about the shark business, about women that dive with sharks every day and they have run their business around them. So I wanted to give you a little bit of introduction about it, and especially about the sharks here in the Bahamas. I'm underwater videographer. I'm a instructor, and I've been working with shark for the last 10 years. As I mentioned in my previous podcast, I'm not a marine biologist. I don't have all the scientific knowledge. That's what I like to. I'm gonna start bringing ladies with a lot of knowledge that will share with us in this podcast. But in this one, I'm gonna give you just a little bit of a idea what is shark diving like. I'm gonna start with what was my experience about sharks. My first experience or idea of shark was very terrifying. Did watch the movies Jaws, okay, when I was like, I don't know, 10 years old. And I had nightmares with sharks growing up. I did have a lot of nightmares with sharks. I remember my mom sometimes will come to the bed and say, why are you were screaming in your nightmare. I was like, Mom, I hate sharks. Why they don't create a machine that will kill them all? Listen, this is a real story. That's what really I wanted to happen to the sharks. And then when I became a diver, clearly, well, diving was not like my favorite thing to do at the beginning, but well, life brought me into the shark world. And when I work here in the Bahamas, my job was to take pictures of a shark feed. I had no idea. I did so many choices in my life that I had no idea what I was going to end up doing. So literally, they gave me a camera. It was like a pod of sharks at the surface, let's say like 30, 40. And I need to jump first to receive the clients. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. What's going to happen? I didn't know much about sharks, and my experiences before were like very far away encounters. I thought like what my mom will think if she saw what I was seeing now. And then, yeah, well, I jump in, and after that, I recognize, and I need to confess, I did pee on my wetsuit. But after I understood. That experience made me understand how the shark behavior is. That it's not like sharks see something and they're gonna go and bite it. That they are not dangerous. That they're just wild animals in the wild environment, and they're not looking for food, and we are not part of the diet. So that was my first experience. It was a little terrifying, but at the same time was very introductive. It was like I got a lot of knowledge out of it, despite I didn't have the facts or nobody told me much about sharks before. But was the experience who made me realize what I was dealing with. Bahamas is like a capital of shark diving. We have so many different kind of sharks in different islands. So, for example, where I live is in Nassau. We have a big population of Caribbean reef sharks and nurse sharks. This is what I run my trips every day to see the Caribbean reef sharks and nurse sharks. These sharks are scavengers. They eat just what is wounded or what is dead. A lot of people, when I go and bring them there, they're like, why the sharks are not eating those big groupers? That would be like a Thanksgiving kind of meal. And it's because sharks, I say they're so smart. Some people say they're lazy. They will not go for something that is live. They will not waste that much energy to chase something that is alive. Sharks go for what is wounded or for what is dead. They will go for the fish blood smell or for the distress movement. And you can see it, like, for example, if we are lion fishing or spear fishing, you will see the shark will go next to this lionfish. And if the lionfish is fine, nothing is wrong with it, the shark will swim right next to it. But if you put a spear on the lionfish and the shark smell the blood or feel the movement, the shark will charge straight to the lionfish and absolutely change the behavior. So that's about the sharks here. Also in other islands, for example, in Freeport, we have this very well-known Tiger Beach. Tiger Beach is because they dive there with tiger sharks. They have a big family of tiger sharks, and I believe the largest one is 18 foot. And they do the shark feeding there too, and they take tourists every day to dive with the amazing tiger sharks. And it's pretty shallow. It's around like 20, 25 feet. In Cat Island, they have the oceanic white tips, this shark right here. And they have a season between May and June. You can dive with them. They get pretty big too, I think 14, 15 feet. And the dive that you do there is in the deep blue. So you jump in, they have the bait box there, and you jump in like 6,000 like drop off. So you're in the blue, drifting at 15 feet of water with a lot of oceanic white tips. Last year I did it with one of my really, really good clients, and we end up having 22 oceanic white tips all around. And they say oceanic white tips are one of the most dangerous sharks in the world, but I was around 22. I never felt scared. I really like them. They're very curious. And they really like touchy. They will come and snag you and check what you are up to. Also in Bimini, we have the hammerheads. They are the most goofy looking. They're very cool, very nice and slow. And they have the great hammerheads. Actually, this hammerhead is one of the most endangered species. So this is one of the only place, if not the only place, that you can get to dive with them. It's very easy dive. It's very close to shore. It's like around also like 20, 25 foot. And they will come around you. It's a very beautiful and easy dive. Visibility usually is pretty good. So that's the sharks around the Bahamas. And another facts about sharks I wanted to share with you guys. Why is all this movement about save the sharks and everything? Is because sharks are being killed massively over the last like 20, 30 years. Like 100 million of sharks is being killed every year. Can you believe that? 100 million sharks is being bringing the populations down very, very, very low, and some of the species are greatly endangered. Sharks are very important for the ecosystem, and people do not understand that. They are the cleaners of the ocean, the scavengers, and they make sure everything is stay in harmony. Everything is like balanced, not harmony, sorry. Everything is balanced. They are the apex predators, so they're super important in the equilibrium of the underwater environment. That's like instead of being scared of a water infested by sharks, it's way more scary to see an ocean without sharks, because in that we're gonna be in trouble. In Bahamas, in 2011, the country was declared in its water. Bahamas declared its water a shark sanctuary. Okay, in 2011, meaning nobody could go fish for sharks. Nobody could sell sharks. Nobody could catch sharks or kill sharks. Period. That's why also this is a capital of sharks, and we have a very healthy population here. Also, many local business live out of this. Actually, I have the number here, guys. Let me share it. Bahamas make 113 million US dollar annually with shark business. It means it's very important for the economy in this country. 113 million USD dollars are being coming in here for shark encounters, for shark tourism. Mainly it's about shark feeding. I'm going to, of course, talk about this with other ladies that have a lot of more knowledge than me. But if you ask me what's my vision about the shark feeding, which is very controversial, I understand that. But in my experience, shark feeding is because all this bad media we have doing it with Jaws, like sharks are like machines, Shark Week, like sharks are killing machines, they are dangerous and we need to kill them. And they've been killing we kill all these million sharks a year. The shark feeding help people to understand sharks, to interact with them, okay? If we didn't feed them, it will not be like a shore encounter with them. And also, when you feed the sharks, it's not like you're replacing their food. They are not replacing their food. They give couple of pieces of bait so they can keep them around, but they not replace. They don't make them full, so they will not do their daily. They will not like stop hunting, or they will not stop going for their food. All the people I saw that shark feeding transformed the vision about sharks, I think is worth it. Okay. It's I think as long as regulated and make it responsible in the specific places, like here in Nassau, we have specific area where it's a shark feeding. I never saw anybody being hurt by a shark. It's very regulated. It's very specified. Everybody follows the safety procedures. And how many people have changed the vision about sharks? How many people transform is amazing. So yeah, I support shark feeding as long as done with all the protocols. Everybody takes care of the sharks. Nobody is like overfeeding them. And because they create awareness, people share the videos. People tell their friends that sharks are not like these killer machines. And I love how kids go back to school and show their classmates how amazing sharks are. So this kind of changed the perception of sharks, and that's why I am not opposed to shark feeding. So saying this, I don't want to be prolonged too long, but do I think sharks are dangerous? This is the question a lot of people ask me. Sharks are wild animals in their natural behavior, in their natural environment. I never saw a shark out of nothing go and charge us something or try to buy something out of the blue. Never. But we do sometimes have reckless behavior, like trying to feed fish or trying to be spearfishing and keep going even if a shark is around, or jumping in water that's being chammed, and then accidents happen. And most of the accidents or shark bites or shark attacks we have here is because some human behavior, most of them, not all, but it was some human behavior behind it, a little bit reckless human behavior behind it. Sharks are like any other fish for me in the ocean. They're majestic. I swim with them every day. I love to see like little kids, how it is to swim with them, how it is to dive with them. And you fall in love when you see them, like when you interact with them. A lot of people tell me first, I don't want the sharks to get too close to me. And then underwater, they're like, I want them to get closer, come and get a video. So I don't think they're dangerous. It's just misunderstood. There's a lot of media out there, like, this terrifying thing. I guess they sell more. I work for TV shows. I work for Shark Week, and it was so hard to make the shark look dangerous. But that's what they were like, try to make the shark look dangerous. That was the selling point. So in behind the scene, I could see was if they show how really underwater it is, how really harmless they are, how really non-dangerous or adrenalinic it is, probably will not be the most seen show in the US if was like reality check. It's not like that. Also, a lot of people ask me why shark attack, what the guy was like killed in Australia or whatever. A lot of times sharks always get confused. They have the sensors in the gums of the teeth. So when they bite, kind of realize, oh, this is not food. Especially, for example, in the big cities where a lot of the natural ecosystem is being killed, the sharks come to shore hungry. And when you look up and see a surfboard, they look like turtles, like tiger shark eat turtles. But you will never see a shark like kind of finishing a person. They bite and then they let go because they realize they are not part of the food chain. It's when this happens, it's very sad because the jaws are so powerful that will take off a limb and usually people bleed out. But it's very rare to see a shark eating a person. Also, a lot of people ask me blood, especially females ask me, it's okay to die with sharks if I'm in my period? Sharks are not attracted to human blood. And here I can tell you first person because I was part of a couple of TV shows and experiments. And one of the cool experiments I did with a guy from Kuwait called Saud, he took like I can't remember how many liters of blood and he put them in a bag. And then we first fed the sharks. We fed the sharks, so we have 30 sharks around us. And then we burst the human blood back in the middle. And all the sharks swam away. I have the video in Instagram. You need to go to my Instagram, Made in Water, and look for it, and you will find it, and you will see like how the sharks were very repelled by the human blood. And I also did the experiment with Mythbuster and was the same response. So sharks do not like human blood. I can tell you because I've seen it and tested, and it's a video that can prove it. So that will be for now. I want to close with that. Again, if you want to support me, I appreciate it. Please give me a like, subscribe, and I hope you listen soon. Next episode is I'm gonna present some amazing ladies. I cannot wait to share their stories with you. So thank you so much for listening. Whoever made it to this point, I hope you keep hearing the podcast, and I hope you have an amazing badass day. All right, guys. Much love.